Ladies and gentlemen, every great achievement starts as a spark, an idea, a dream. But dreaming alone isn't enough. Dreams are cheap. Everyone has them, but very few dare to bring them to life. Why? Because it's hard, because it's uncomfortable. Because the road to achieving your dream demands more from you than most are willing to give. First, you need clarity. Stop saying, I want to be successful or I want to be better. What does that mean? What does success look like for you? Define it with precision. If you don't know where you're going, how will you ever get there? Every great accomplishment begins with a dream, but for that dream to have power, it must be clear. Too often, people hold on to vague ideas of success, thoughts like I want to be rich, I want to be happy, or I want to be better. These aspirations are a good starting point, but they lack the precision needed to turn thoughts into reality. A dream without clarity is like setting out on a journey with no destination. You wander aimlessly, hoping to arrive somewhere meaningful, but never knowing if you're getting closer or further away. Clarity demands specifics. If you dream of financial freedom, ask yourself, what does that look like? Does it mean earning a certain amount, owning a business, living without debt? The more precise you are, the more actionable your dream becomes. Similarly, if your goal is personal growth, identify what areas you want to improve: your health, your relationships, your skills. A clear dream is like a target. You can see it, aim for it, and measure your progress toward it. Getting clear on your dream also requires honesty. Strip away the fluff, the fears, and the expectations placed on you by others. Ask yourself, what do I truly want? Not what sounds impressive, not what will please others, but what sets your soul on fire. That's the dream worth pursuing. Once you identify it, write it down. Commit it to paper. A dream in your mind is easily forgotten, but a written dream becomes a promise you make to yourself. Clarity also demands reflection. It's not enough to define your dream once and move on. Life evolves, circumstances change, and sometimes your vision of success shifts. Revisit your dream regularly, refine it, adjust it, but never let it become vague or lose its focus. The clearer your dream, the stronger its pull. It becomes a guiding light, helping you make decisions, set priorities, and push through challenges. Clarity isn't just about knowing what you want, it's about knowing why you want it. Understanding the why behind your dream gives it meaning and purpose. It turns a desire into a mission, and a mission is far harder to abandon. When the journey gets tough, and your clear, meaningful dream will remind you why you started. It will keep you moving forward, even when every step feels impossible. Without clarity, you risk chasing distractions, settling for mediocrity, or giving up altogether. But with a clear dream, you give yourself direction, purpose, and the power to focus your energy on what truly matters. Don't just dream with intention. Belief is the foundation upon which every great achievement is built, but belief is more than a feeling or a fleeting thought. It's a commitment, an unshakable confidence in your ability to turn a vision into reality. Most people misunderstand belief. They think it's simply about having faith that things will work out. But real belief goes deeper. It's a driving force that compels you to take action, even when there's no immediate evidence of success. True belief begins with visualization. You have to see yourself achieving your dream long before it happens. Picture the outcome in vivid detail, the sounds, the sights, the emotions that will come with it. Visualization isn't just a mental exercise, it's a tool to rewire your mind. When you repeatedly imagine success, your brain starts to believe it's possible, and you begin to align your actions with that belief. But visualization alone won't get you there. It's just a spark. The fire comes from what you do next. Belief requires work. It's easy to say, I believe in myself when things are going well. But what about when obstacles arise? What about when the people around you doubt your capabilities, or when progress feels slow and success seems distant? In those moments, belief is tested, and it either strengthens or crumbles. The key to maintaining belief is tying it to action. Every small step you take toward your goal reinforces your belief. Each success, no matter how minor, is proof that you are capable. Action and belief feed each other in a cycle. Belief drives action, and action builds more belief. Belief also means silencing the noise around you. There will always be naysayers, people who project their fears and insecurities onto you. They'll say your dreams are too big, too unrealistic, or that you're not capable. But their words don't define you. What matters is the voice inside your head. Is it pushing you forward, or is it echoing the doubts of others? Cultivating belief means training that inner voice to be your greatest ally. It means challenging negative thoughts and replacing them with empowering ones. Tell yourself, I can, even when it feels like you can't. Eventually, your mind will start to believe it. Belief is not blind optimism, it's grounded in preparation. You can't just hope for the best and expect miracles. Real belief comes from knowing you've done the work. It's about showing up day after day, putting in the effort, and preparing for the moment when opportunity knocks. When you've trained, studied, and pushed yourself to the limit, belief becomes a natural outcome. You don't have to convince yourself you're ready. You know you are because you've earned it. Fear and doubt are natural enemies of belief, and they will show up, especially when the stakes are high. The key is to acknowledge them without letting them control you. Fear is a signal that you're stepping out of your comfort zone, which is exactly where growth happens. Instead of running from fear, use it as fuel. Let it remind you that you're doing something that matters. Belief isn't about the absence of fear. It's about acting in spite of it. Building belief is a daily practice. It's not something you achieve once and never revisit. Life will challenge you, and circumstances will try to shake your confidence. That's why you must actively nurture your belief every day. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, consume content that inspires you, and reflect on your progress regularly. Remind yourself of how far you've come, and let that fuel your confidence in how far you can go. Belief demands patience. Achieving your dreams won't happen overnight. There will be setbacks, and there will be moments when you question if the effort is worth it. But belief is what keeps you moving forward when progress is slow. It's the voice that says, keep going even when the finish line is nowhere in sight. Trust the process and trust yourself. The road may be long, but every step you take is bringing you closer to your dream. Belief isn't just about thinking you can achieve your goals. It's about committing to the actions that make them possible. It's the determination to keep going no matter what challenges arise. When you truly believe in yourself, you become unstoppable. Nothing can stand in your way because you've already decided that success is yours. It's not a matter of if, it's only a matter of when. Discipline and resilience are the cornerstones of any meaningful achievement. They are the tools that separate those who merely dream from those who make their dreams a reality. Discipline is not a trait you're born with, it's a skill you develop through consistent effort. It's the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. Discipline keeps you on track when motivation fades, and it's motivation that almost always fades first. Motivation is fleeting, but discipline lasts. Resilience, on the other hand, is what allows you to withstand the inevitable setbacks, failures, and hardships that come with pursuing any worthwhile goal. It's the strength to keep moving forward when the odds are stacked against you, when everything in your life seems to be pulling you backward. Resilience is built not through ease and comfort, but through adversity. Every time you face a challenge and choose to persist, you are strengthening your ability to endure. Discipline starts with a decision. It's the commitment to a daily standard that aligns with your long-term vision. Success isn't about making the right decision once, it's about making the right decision over and over again. It's about choosing to wake up early to work on your goals instead of sleeping in. It's about saying no to distractions that pull you away from what truly matters. Discipline is not a one-time effort, it's a way of life. One of the greatest myths about discipline is that it requires willpower at all times. While willpower can get you started, it's not sustainable on its own. The secret to discipline is building habits and systems that eliminate the need for constant decision-making. For example, if your goal is to improve your fitness, set a specific time each day to work out and treat it as non-negotiable. Over time, it becomes automatic. You don't think about it, you just do it. Habits are the foundation of discipline, and once they're in place, they make the process easier. But even with discipline, there will be days when you feel like giving up. That's where resilience comes in. Resilience is about bouncing back from failures and disappointments, no matter how many times they happen. It's about recognizing that failure is not the end, it's part of the journey. Every successful person has failed, often repeatedly. What sets them apart is their ability to learn from those failures and keep moving forward. Resilience is the mindset that says, I may be knocked down, but I'm not out. Building resilience requires you to shift your perspective on challenges. Instead of seeing obstacles as barriers, view them as opportunities for growth. Every setback teaches you something valuable about yourself, about your approach, and about the process. Resilient people don't shy away from difficulties, they embrace them, knowing that each challenge makes them stronger. They understand that adversity is not an enemy, but a teacher. To develop discipline and resilience, you must also learn to manage your emotions. There will be moments of frustration, self-doubt, and even despair. These emotions are normal, but they can't dictate your actions. Discipline means sticking to the plan, even when you're feeling discouraged. Resilience means acknowledging those emotions, processing them, and then moving forward anyway. Mastery over your emotions is what allows you to stay focused, no matter what's happening around you. Another critical aspect of resilience is adaptability. Life rarely goes according to plan, and the ability to adjust without losing sight of your goals is essential. When obstacles arise, don't waste time complaining or feeling sorry for yourself. Instead, ask yourself, what can I do with the situation? I have resilient people focus on solutions, not problems. They find a way to move forward, even if it means taking a different path than they originally intended. Discipline and resilience are interconnected. Discipline builds the habits that keep you moving forward, and resilience ensures you can withstand the setbacks along the way. Together, they create a foundation of strength that allows you to pursue your dreams relentlessly. But remember, these qualities are not developed overnight. They require practice, consistency, and a willingness to push through discomfort. Every time you choose discipline over distraction, every time you bounce back from a setback, you are proving to yourself that you are capable. You are building a mental and emotional toughness that cannot be shaken. With discipline, you stay on track. With resilience, you get back on track when life tries to derail you. These are the traits that will carry you to your dreams, no matter how difficult the journey may be. The battle against self-doubt is one of the most important fights you'll face on your journey to success. It doesn't matter how talented, smart, or capable you are. If you let self-doubt control your actions, it will sabotage everything you're working toward. Self-doubt is a silent thief, stealing your confidence, your potential, and your ability to move forward. But here's the truth, self-doubt is not reality. It's a story you tell yourself, and like any story, it can be rewritten. Self-doubt often stems from fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of not being good enough. These fears don't come out of nowhere. They're often rooted in past experiences or the opinions of others. Maybe someone told you that you weren't smart enough or strong enough. Maybe you failed before and now you're afraid to try again. But those experiences don't define you. What defines you is what you choose to do next. Overcoming self-doubt starts with recognizing it for what it is, a barrier you've built in your own mind. It's not a fact, it's an obstacle. And like any obstacle, it can be dismantled. The first step is awareness. Pay attention to the negative thoughts running through your mind. When you catch yourself thinking, I can't do this or I'm not good enough, challenge those thoughts. Ask yourself, is this true? What evidence do I have to support this? Most of the time, you'll find that self-doubt is baseless. It's not grounded. In fact, it's grounded in fear. To defeat self-doubt, you need to build confidence, and confidence doesn't come from sitting around waiting for it to magically appear. Confidence is earned. It's built through action. Every time you take a step forward, no matter how small, you're proving to yourself that you're capable. Confidence grows when you face challenges head on and refuse to back down. It's not about being fearless, it's about acting in spite of fear. One of the most effective ways to combat self-doubt is by setting small, achievable goals. When you accomplish something, even something minor, it gives you evidence that you can succeed. That evidence becomes the foundation of your confidence. Over time, those small wins add up, and the voice of self-doubt gets quieter. You don't silence it all at once, you do it one step at a time. Another powerful strategy is to focus on the process rather than the outcome. Self-doubt often creeps in when you're fixated on the end result, especially if that result feels overwhelming or far away. Instead, shift your attention to the actions you can take today. Break your goal into smaller pieces and concentrate on completing one piece at a time. This approach not only makes your goal feel more manageable, but also keeps you focused on what you can control. Surrounding yourself with the right people is also crucial. Self-doubt thrives in isolation, but it weakens in the presence of support. Seek out individuals who believe in you, who encourage you, and who challenge you to see your potential. At the same time, distance yourself from those who feed your self-doubt. Negative influences can be toxic to your growth, and you don't need them on your journey. It's also important to recognize that self-doubt doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're human. Everyone experiences it, even the most successful people. What sets achievers apart is their ability to push through it. They don't let self-doubt paralyze them. They use it as a signal to prepare, to learn, and to grow. Instead of fearing failure, they see it as an opportunity to improve. When self-doubt strikes, remind yourself of your past successes. Think about the challenges you've overcome, the skills you've developed, and the progress you've already made. Let those victories serve as proof that you're capable of achieving more. Keep a journal, if you need to, a record of your accomplishments that you can revisit whenever doubt creeps in. Adopt the mindset that failure is not the opposite of success, it's a part of it. Every mistake, every setback, every no is a stepping stone toward your goal. Self-doubt loses its power when you stop seeing failure as a reason to quit and start seeing it as a reason to keep going. Failure is not a reflection of your worth, it's a lesson that makes you stronger. Self-doubt will always try to find its way into your mind, but it doesn't have to control you. You have the power to challenge it, to rise above it, and to keep moving forward. Every time you take action despite your doubts, you weaken their hold on you. Over time, you'll find that the voice of self-doubt is replaced by a stronger, louder voice, the voice of confidence, determination, and self-belief. Action is the bridge between dreams and reality. No matter how vivid your vision or how strong your belief, without action, nothing will change. Dreaming and believing set the stage, but it's action that moves the needle. It's action that turns potential into progress and progress into success. The mistake most people make is waiting for the perfect time to act. They wait for the stars to align, for motivation to strike, or for fear to subside. But here's the truth, there is no perfect time. The perfect time is now. Taking action doesn't require perfection, it requires courage. Too many people get stuck in the trap of overthinking, analyzing every possible outcome, and second-guessing themselves until they're paralyzed. This is the danger of hesitation. It feeds doubt and erodes confidence. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to take that first step. Action, no matter how small, is the antidote. Even imperfect action is better than inaction. Why? Because action creates momentum. Once you start moving, it becomes easier to keep going. Momentum is one of the most powerful forces in achieving your goals. Think of it like a snowball rolling down a hill. At first it's small and slow, but as it rolls, it gathers speed and mass. The same principle applies to your actions. The first steps might feel difficult and insignificant, but each one builds on the last. As you gain momentum, your confidence grows, your skills improve, and the path forward becomes clearer. Momentum transforms effort into progress, and progress fuels motivation. Another key aspect of taking action is consistency. It's not enough to act once and hope for results. Success demands sustained effort over time. This is where many people fall short. They expect immediate rewards and get discouraged when progress isn't instant. But meaningful achievements require patience and persistence. Consistency means showing up every day, even when you don't see immediate results. It means trusting the process and staying committed to your goal, no matter how long it takes. Taking action also means embracing discomfort. Growth doesn't happen in your comfort zone. It happens when you push yourself beyond what's familiar. The actions that matter most are often the hardest to take. They require you to face your fears, to risk failure, and to challenge your limits. But discomfort is not your enemy. It's a sign that you're on the right track. The more you learn to embrace discomfort, the stronger and more capable you become. Action isn't always grand or dramatic. Sometimes it's the smallest steps that lead to the biggest changes. It's about doing what you can with what you have, where you are. Don't underestimate the power of small, consistent actions. Whether it's dedicating 30 minutes a day to your goal, reaching out to one new connection, or learning one new skill, these seemingly minor efforts add up over time. Success is rarely the result of one big leap, it's the result of countless small steps taken consistently. A critical part of taking action is setting clear priorities. You can't do everything at once, and trying to will only lead to burnout. Focus on the actions that have the most impact. Ask yourself, what's the one thing I can do today that will bring me closer to my goal? Then do it. This approach keeps you focused and prevents you from wasting time on activities that don't move the needle. Accountability is another powerful tool for taking action. When you commit to a goal publicly or enlist the support of a mentor or accountability partner, you're more likely to follow through. Accountability creates pressure, not the kind that paralyzes, but the kind that motivates. It's easier to stay disciplined when you know someone is holding you to your commitments. But ultimately, the most important person you need to be accountable to is yourself. You owe it to yourself to take the actions necessary to achieve your dreams. It's also important to understand that taking action doesn't mean you'll always get it right. You'll make mistakes, you'll encounter obstacles, and that's okay. Mistakes are not failures, they're lessons. Every action, even the ones that don't go as planned, teaches you something valuable. The key is to learn from them and keep moving forward. Perfection is not the goal, progress is. Taking action requires discipline. There will be days when you don't feel like putting in the effort, days when you're tired, discouraged, or overwhelmed, but those are the days that matter most. Discipline means doing what needs to be done, regardless of how you feel. It's the commitment to your goals that keeps you moving forward when motivation fades. At the end of the day, success comes down to this: are you willing to take the actions necessary to turn your dreams into reality? Are you willing to show up, to push through discomfort, to stay consistent, and to keep going no matter what? Dreaming and believing are vital, but they mean nothing without action. Action is where the magic happens. It's where transformation begins. It's where your dream becomes reality. The path to achieving a dream is never a straight line. It is filled with obstacles, setbacks, and moments of doubt. The misconception many people have is that success is a smooth journey, one where everything falls into place effortlessly. This couldn't be further from the truth. Challenges are not the exception, they are the rule. They test your resolve, your determination, and your ability to adapt. But more importantly, they refine you. They are the crucibles in which your character and strength are forged. When challenges arise, it's natural to feel frustrated, discouraged, or even defeated. These emotions are valid, but they cannot be allowed to dictate your actions. Challenges are not meant to stop you, they are meant to prepare you. They force you to grow in ways you might not have chosen, but are necessary for achieving your goals. Each challenge you face presents an opportunity to develop resilience, creativity, and problem-solving skills, qualities that are essential for long-term success. One of the first steps in overcoming challenges is changing how you perceive them. Instead of seeing obstacles as barriers, see them as stepping stones. Every great achievement in history has come with its fair share of setbacks. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is mindset. Successful people view challenges as temporary and solvable. They don't ask, why is this happening to me? Instead, they ask, what can I learn from this? This shift in perspective changes everything. It turns every setback into an opportunity for growth. Adaptability is key when facing challenges. The plan you started with may not work, and that's okay. Rigidity will only hold you back. Success requires flexibility, the ability to pivot, adjust, and find new ways forward when the original path is blocked. It's not about abandoning your goal, it's about being open to different routes to get there. Challenges often force you to think outside the box, to innovate, and to discover solutions you wouldn't have considered otherwise. These moments of adaptation can lead to breakthroughs that propel you further than you ever imagined. Another critical aspect of overcoming challenges is persistence. It's easy to stay committed when things are going well, but the real test of your determination comes when nothing seems to be working. Persistence means continuing to show up. Even when progress is slow, even when it feels like you're moving backward. It's about refusing to give up no matter how tough the road gets. Persistence doesn't guarantee immediate success, but it does guarantee eventual progress. Each step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. When challenges feel overwhelming, it's important to focus on what you can control. There will always be external factors you can't influence, but there are always actions you can take. Break the challenge down into smaller, manageable pieces. Tackle one piece at a time. This approach not only makes the situation feel less daunting, but also gives you a sense of accomplishment as you make progress. Remember, no matter how big the challenge, it can be overcome one step at a time. Support is another invaluable resource when facing challenges. You don't have to go through it alone. Surround yourself with people who believe in you, who encourage you, and who offer guidance. Sometimes just having someone to listen or offer a fresh perspective can make all the difference. At the same time, be cautious of negative influences, those who doubt your abilities or try to convince you to give up. Their voices can amplify your own self-doubt, making challenges seem insurmountable. Challenges also require you to stay connected to your why. Why did you start this journey? Why is achieving this dream important to you? When the road gets tough, your why becomes your anchor. It reminds you of the bigger picture of what you're working toward and why it matters. Keep your vision clear and your purpose strong. Let it fuel you when the obstacles feel too heavy to bear. Failure is an inevitable part of facing challenges, but it's not something to fear. Failure is not a sign of inadequacy. It's a sign that you're trying, that you're pushing beyond your comfort zone. Every failure carries a lesson about what didn't work, about what needs to change, about how you can improve. The only true failure is giving up. As long as you're willing to learn and keep going, failure becomes a stepping stone to success. Trust yourself. Trust that you have the strength, the intelligence, and the determination to overcome whatever challenges come your way. Challenges may feel like they're meant to break you, but in reality, they are building you. They are shaping you into the person you need to become to achieve your dreams. Embrace them. Face them head on. And know that each challenge you conquer brings you one step closer to the life you envision.